Do 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 do. Hey everybody, it's Ed here. Welcome back. We finally have season 2 reloaded of Call of Duty Warzone. Well, multiplayer, Modern Warfare 2, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, there's going to be a lot of new stuff that's been, well, everyone's been waiting for, like gun nerfs, gun buffs, all that stuff. So let's just get into it right off the bat. All right, so let's go in. Events, new Path of the Ronin challenges. So I'm not going to go over everything, by the way. I'm just going to go over the stuff that I actually care about. But if you want to go to this site, I will link it in the description below so you guys can check out the stuff for yourself or just pause the video whenever you see something you want. Anyways, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. March 17th is Friday, which is also my birthday. So, looks like they're going to be giving out Mazra some Luck of the Irish. That was terrible. Stuff going on and looks like you get to find something at the end of the rainbow or something with one shot. So I guess one shot sniper rifle at the end of the rainbow. That's what I'm guessing. There's gonna be a new raid episode coming out. So if you haven't done the first one, or if you don't know what the first one was, there's another episode. The first raid episode is actually not too hard, not too long. The puzzles are pretty fun, and the end event, or like the final event for the raid, can be a little frustrating, especially if you don't have your Spec Ops classes leveled up. Then it does get kind of hard. But if you have some of them leveled up relatively decently by playing the Spec Ops missions, then you should be able to pass it, get by it pretty easily. But my friends and I got to the end, and we didn't have any of Spec Ops leveled up. Like maybe one of them level 2. So you can do it pretty. With enough coordination, you can do it pretty quickly. So yeah, that's coming. Blah 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 blah. Okay, new weapon. We finally have the Tempest Torrent, or the SR-25. It's a marksman rifle. It's a hard hitting DMR. Hopefully, it won't be another. Like the one in Warzone 1. I forget the name again already. But you all know what I'm talking about. Hopefully, it's not one of those other cases. It's off of the M4 platform, so you'll get all the attachments that you would normally get from the M4 platform, assuming you've unlocked all of it. So, and it can be acquired via weapon challenge or store bundle. So either or. All right. So here's the first things that we're looking at: weapon balancing. Assault rifles, the STB, that's the AUG looking 5.56. Add a minimum damage against armor. Limits bullets to kill at furthest range. Okay. So I guess this is technically a nerf a little bit, so that you can't kill as fast at range. All right, LMGs, the RAL, reduce far range damage, small increase to close range damage, reduce. I wish they put some numbers, like this whole like reduced headshot damage by what, like there's nothing in there. Reduce upper torso damage, increase recoil. So they nerfed the RAL. The RPK, reduce walking speed, reduce muzzle velocity, nerf. The Seiken, reduce damage range, nerf. So they nerfed all the LMGs a little bit. So now things like the TAC 5.56 might be a little bit more substantial, because they didn't do anything else to other ARs. So your ISO and TAC 5.6 and everything else, like or technically it's the SCAR. Those are still, looks like those are gonna probably be increased in meta now, and the LMGs are no longer gonna be as viable, or like they just bring it down so that everything's a little bit more on a plateau, evil playing field. Crossbow, increased time period to trigger double kills for challenges. Oh, okay. Doesn't really matter. Submachine guns, MX9, increased mid damage ranges. Okay, little buff. The Bass P, increased sprint to fire time. Okay, increased damage ranges. So one nerf, one buff. And then a PDSW, slightly offset weapon, while ADS using iron sights to improve visibility. Okay. The Vel 46 increased close range damages, fixed attributes on 30 round magazine to improve handling and mobility. So 2 buffs for the Vel. The Lackman Sub, reduced movement speed. Ooh. Reduced aim down sight speed. Oh. Improved recoil control. Okay. And the LM Nebula barrel attachment, improved damage range, improved recoil control. So 2 buffs and then 2 nerfs. So it's not as snappy for the ADS anymore, but and it's you have less movement speed, but you at least have better recoil control uh, overall. So I'm guessing they're trying to make this less of a run and gun, so to say. Okay, and then obviously the big thing, the KV broadside, reduce lower torso damage. Okay, 12 gauge ammo, reduce damage range, reduce close range damage. Dragon's Breath, reduce damage ranges, reduce close range damage. Global reduction to 12 gauge Dragon's Breath maximum residual damage. So they basically nerf the Dragon's Breath and the gun in itself. However, we don't know how much they nerfed it, right? Like, they don't put in any type of numbers here like they did in Warzone 1. They'll be like, oh, change the damage, low torso damage from 23 to 22, We can at least, put that into a formula and guess how much it takes to actually kill a person, but there is nothing here. We don't know if this has been nerfed to the ground, just slightly nerfed, or what, but I guess we will see in the coming few weeks on how bad or good all this will be, because or at least just even within a day, because people are probably still going to be using the KV, the broadside, no matter what, and they'll use it until it completely sucks, because that thing was just absolute terror. Sorry about this. Anyway, so other attachments: the global flinch, reduce recenter the recenter speed for flinching. Okay, minor increase to flinch on ARs, SMG, LMGs. Why? I don't understand these changes. No one was flinch not enough previously. I don't even understand. The ammo. Okay, hollow point rounds, remove bullet velocity penalty. Okay. Frangible rounds, change healing delay timer set from last bullet's impact. Lengthen the overall delay on a player. Okay. Remove damage range penalty. Shit. Overpressure rounds. Remove recoil penalty. Increase flinch imparted on players. Damn. 12 gauge. Okay. The Dragon's Breath. Reduce residual damage while burning. 12 gauge slugs and high HE slugs. Added minimum damage against armor. Okay, so they buffed a couple of these other ammunition so that it's a little more viable, but so especially with overpressure rounds, now they remove the recoil penalty, and it gives a heavier flint when you hit people. So yeah, some buffs to ammunition. Underbarrel launchers, no one really removed these, or no one really uses them. Remove movement penalty from grenade launchers. Okay. Added recoil control bonus to underbarrel grenade and shotgun launchers. Okay. Added 1 extra ammunition stock to grenade launchers. Oh, snap. So they buffed some underbarrel launchers. Oh, man. Hopefully we're not going to see some noob tubing going on in Warzone from now on. That's going to suck. Doesn't look like it, but yeah, hopefully that's not the case. Stocks, reduced flinch receive on no stock modifications. Okay. Bipod grips, reduce ADS penalty for bipod on the V9 grip, for the bipod V9 grip. Okay. Core BP2 bipod grip, fixed bug and stat reporting. Okay. Added hip recoil control, reduce hip walking speed, remove ADS penalty, added grip to compatible LMG and marksman. Okay, so mostly, I would say mostly buffs. One nerf. Okay, so they're trying to make bipods a little more viable as well. Underbarrel grips, reduce ADS penalty on all underbarrel grips. All right. Reduce movement speed penalty for all vertical grips. Oh, okay. So they're making also underbarrel grips a lot more. Looks like they're trying to introduce more movement in this game now, like because like basically, or at least with some of these attachments, because now you have less ADS penalty and more movement speed. So these are both buffs to underbarrel grips. Let's see, muzzle attachments. So breachers greatly reduced ADS penalty, added hip movement, speed buff. So this could be good for your running and gunning and like adding them on to like short range guns. Flash hiders reduce ADS penalty. I don't think that's gonna make it viable enough for to replace like a silencer or a suppressor. I mean, optics reduce ADS penalty on hollow optics. Nice. Remove movement penalties on hollow optics. Nice. Removed it in fact. Reduce ADS and movement penalties from all thermal, hybrid, and variable zoom optics. Nice. Reduce ADS penalty on shotgun scopes. So they really buffed the hell, or well, maybe not the hell, but they buffed a lot of the optics, including the hollow and thermo and the hybrid one. So looks like people are just going to be able to use a lot, like the optics are just going to be a lot more viable in general, but the best optic is probably still going to be really good, or the best it is, which is the pre-op. And then comb attachments, huh? Or combine attachments. Anyways, I have really no idea what half of this stuff is, so yeah. Bug fixes fix an issue where equipping some attachments in the KV broadside shotgun would cause players not to be able to infill into DMZ. Huh. All right. Equipment. Yes. Increase the F out of frag, claymore, and semtex. It's stupid that a sticky semtex cannot, if it sticks on someone, it doesn't auto down them in one shot. Like, that's just dumb. All it does is bring them to like within an inch of their life, and that's absolutely insane. That just should not happen. Like a semtex against the person, down, auto down, like no questions asked. Audio submix fixes that were affecting enemy footstep volume. I hope so, because this is probably the biggest one, because I can't hear. I rarely ever actually hear people running around me. So this needs to absolutely, hopefully, like they just because whatever it was before, it was like a 1 on footsteps. Now it better be dialed up to like 6 or 7. Equalize sand footsteps to better cut through the mix of similar to dirt and concrete. Yes, like this also needs to be done. Fix an issue that caused war tracks to randomly stop playing. No one gives a shit about that. Fixed an issue preventing the war tracks. Who cares? No one gives a crap about these, as far as I can tell. Okay, these are the two most important in terms of audio. They should have spent 100% of their times on these and not even given a crap about that. But I guess they had to, no matter what. UI UX. If the title requires a restart due to an update, it will restart automatically. Sometimes this was crappy. New menus. All new menus for weapon and camo challenges. Thank you. Not that really matters, but yeah, like the menu system, as we all know, just sucks. Like they're freaking terrible. New party queuing. Party queuing allows players to automatically join a friend's party. Yes, I like this. You don't have to wait for invites or something or crap like that. In order to, sorry, I'm just getting distracted. Anyways, DSZ combat record. Well, who cares? Other bug fixes. All right. There's plenty of bug fixes, kill streaks. You can pause the video or whatever, go read them yourself. I'm not going to go through all these. There weren't any major bug fixes that I was looking for. So if you want to look through this, go for it. It's not a priority for me. So feel free to pause at any time in time. PC setting. Nice. That affects me. PC users will have an audio update allowing players to select stereo or surround outputs. This option will default to stereo. If not set, we have the investigating clip. Okay, that's good. Gyro aiming ratcheting. Ooh. Controller category advanced tab. Okay. If you're not familiar with gyro function, basically, if you have a controller and you're playing on PC, Like for example, a PS5 controller, they have a gyro setting where basically if you tilt your controller like you or like turn it a little bit, like it will aim that way, right? Like so you have like real hand motion. I believe Westy or Jack Frags, like one of those guys, like those Brit dudes, did a video on gyro aiming, and it's actually pretty interesting. Like I think it can really help for people who like aren't great with the thumb control, and like now they can like move the controller to use gyro aiming. So this could definitely help them in terms of just be a little bit more precise in the gyros. That's kind of cool. Inverted flash. I don't know what this is, but okay. All right. So co-op stuff. I don't really play a lot of co-op, so I don't really care. So I mean, I don't play any multiplayer or rank play, so I'm just gonna skip that. So, anyways, for Warzone, let's see. Quality of life changes. Kill streak availability. The resistance of airspace is too crowd message will now have a trailing for X seconds. Okay. Attached to it to add better context for players. All right. So that's good. Um, sorry. But that's good. Now we at least know if we have to wait like 10 seconds or 5 seconds for an airspace to clear up, so to say. Hopefully not 10 seconds. That's pretty long, actually, in a gunfight. Cluster strike and precision strike improvements improve the airstrike danger notification to be more consistent based on each damage location. All right. Improve directional tracing to prevent precision airstrike targeting from sometimes landing behind players. All right. Players will now be notified when calling a cluster strike on precision if they are too close to the affected zone. Oh, okay, so like a danger close. Yeah, that's cool. I hope just a notification and doesn't mean like it won't allow you to do it, because sometimes you might want to call in an airstrike if you're in the bottom of a building and someone's on top of you, right? So hope they don't say that you can't do that. Give up timer consistency. The give up timer while down is now more consistent. Okay. Navigation pings increase the scale of navigation pings on the TAC map and mini map to improve readability. Yes, because it's pings still don't quite show up on your mini map and the TAC map consistently. I don't know. Like Warzone 1 never had an issue with this, but somehow they managed to F this up from the get go. I don't know. Armor break. The text has been removed from the armor break notification when breaking all of an opponent's armor plates for improved clarity, while the content has remained. Okay. So basically, you only see an icon now, not text, which makes sense. Auto looting armor plates. As armor plates are a critical part of the gaming loop, players will now automatically pick up armor plates as long as they have available inventory or backpack space. Good. I don't want to dig through gear. This is the one thing I didn't mind, or looting and stuff like that. I didn't mind actually going through a backpack menu and just picking it out, because it's very similar to Apex where I can just pick out the stuff I want. Now I have to like look through a pile of crap on the floor, because like they need to make sure that items, when they do the whole like kind of how it just regurgitates onto the floor. Sometimes they don't space stuff out in between enough, or if there's too much loot on the ground, like it's hard to dig through it. So sometimes I thought that backpack was a good thing, to just dig through a backpack and just be like, okay, I want this and this, I'm done. um so I don't know if, but yeah, at least auto looting plates is now back and doing a good thing. So, or like it's a good sidestep, so to say. Spawn protection will now disable at 25 meters, or up from 19 meters. Yes, from the ground or a grounded player in a battle royale mode. Okay. Resurgence kill feed will now display who is about to redeploy when the resurgence timer reaches 0. Okay, that's not bad. UI and UX spectating, friendly pings and splashes screens are now visible to spectators. This was also a thing that was like, in Warzone 1, but I don't know why it wasn't there. Gas masks. Loot cards for gas masks now more accurately reflect their damage amounts. Okay. Bug fixes, fixation when rainbow glare. Okay, that was on Xbox only. Tac Mac the mini map. Fixed an issue preventing elevation arrows on map icons not accurate, indicating their position. Yeah, okay. Fix an issue causing the counter UAV to affect player maps even while outside the effective. Yes, was a weird thing. Like, if you were like close to a counter UAV, it would still affect you, even though you were well outside of like the actual affected area. That was weird. All right, so Al Mazra. Okay, so in terms of playlists, we're getting solo through quads on both Al Mazra and Ashika Island. Why that wasn't here already is beyond me, but at least we have solos, duos, trios, quads now. So you can play whatever your heart's desire. You don't need to get randoms and stuff like that into your team. All right, cool. And then for Warzone's third anniversary, there's going to be some stuff that that everyone that's going to get a new free gift each day. That's kind of cool. So rewards will be Verdansk anniversary calling card, Verdansk emblem, Caldera stuff, Black Site stuff, Stronghold. Cool. Free stuff is always free stuff. Is nothing like none of it's consequential, but like having is nice. And that was it. General, the bomb drones are now have been temporarily removed, and while we fine tune them, they were annoying. Yeah, but I don't know. I thought they were always kind of fun. Like, they shouldn't be able to auto down people, but like, they're still interesting in the sense that like, they can be very useful. Especially like some people will use them for both kind of scouting an area and just like using the drone to be like bow and destroying them. But anyways, okay, pacing balancing. As a team, we are focused on two core areas of pacing and battle royale: the combat engagement in the mid game, the regain opportunities in the late game. Okay, what has been done? We will be addressing this across Season 2 Reloaded and going into Season 3, with the first challenge being a guaranteed restock public event in the 4 Circle. Okay. Future improvements will include more ground loot boxes, especially in the north of the map, resurgent supply boxes being sprinkled throughout the map, additional ammo caches, and more. You need also more buy stations, okay? Because right now, there are not enough, and people are just camping the shit out of them. So, yeah. Mazra Battle Royale, La Light Hilo has been disabled in solos. We are protective of the solo squad size and being a fair and balanced. Okay. Contract available. Increase the number of contracts revealed over the course of the match to increase. Okay, that's cool. Final circles. We are temporarily disabling the disabling final circles in the northwestern section in the quarry area of the map while we work on improvements for upcoming season. All right. Ashika Island resurgence redeployment drones. Redeployments are currently active across Ashika Island and will remain live as part. Nice. I like those. Those are good. AI combat departure. Yes. As Pathfinder mode event comes to an end, the Shadow Company operatives that have occupied the island will depart in pursuit of the next mission. Yes. Go away. We don't need AI anywhere in Warzone, frankly. Circle balancing. The first circle will approximately be 20% larger. All right. And more likely to be on land to be better able to successful infill. Okay. Pacing balancing. Actions that affect resurgence countdown have been adjusted to allow more windows of opportunity to team wipe the opposing team. Interesting. Okay, buy station availability improvements have been made to better spread the buy stations more evenly throughout the map. Yes, I think on several occasions, like 80% of the friggin' buy stations would be located within the first circle. Like you would see, and they would be like located within like 50 meters of each other, all of them. I was like, well, what the hell is this? Like, this makes no sense. Like, they need to be more spread out and obviously and arguably more abundant. Like, that should just be a thing. Redeploy token. Fix an issue, allowing redeploy tokens to appear in buy station even after the Gulag had closed. Oh, I don't think I've even gotten a redeploy token. Anyways, then there's lastly some DMZ stuff. I do play some DMZ, but nowhere near enough. If you want to read through this, go for it. But I'm not going to go through all of this. Sorry, my camera is actually in the way. Let me move this a little bit so y'all can see. Yeah, so if you want to check it out here, I have it, and just pause on all this stuff around. And yeah, and then there's going to be other bug fixes that I don't really have a thing for, but and that's it. So that's the update for season 2 Reloaded. I think there's been a lot of good stuff. They finally nerfed the KV broadside. That's number 1. There's a quality of life improvements for both Al Mazrah and Resurgence or Sheikah Island. And there's been a lot of buffs, arguably, and attachments and things like that. So, and they nerfed LMGs. So overall, I think they're good, So hopefully this improves Warzone to a degree that my friends and I will actually want to play for more than once a week at this point. I don't know if it will, to be honest, but they have a lot of stuff to do still. So we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks. And I'll be back, or I should be. I'll play a little bit this week, I hope. And then I'll be for sure back next week with some Warzone. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think of the changes for Warzone 2 Reload in the comments, like, video, all that jazz. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Take it easy and have a good week.